What's good, my side? It's your boy Andre back at it again with another video, and today I'll be showing you guys how I create events in TouchPix. Now I'm gonna go through all the settings and show you why I choose this and why I don't choose this and why I do this and why I don't do that. But before we even get into that, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button. If you're not new to the channel, I appreciate you for being here. Go ahead and watch the video from start to the end and like the video. You know the vibes already. If you have any questions about the video, just leave it in the comment section right below and I'll go ahead and reply to it, and we're gonna help each other, guys. All right, so without further ado, let me log on to my laptop and show you guys how I create events in TouchPix. Let's go. All right, guys, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna come here where it says create event, and we're gonna click that. But to create an event with TouchPix, you need to have an account with them. So if you don't already have an account, go ahead and create one and then come back to this video. All right, so we're gonna click create event and then create custom event. No, we have a blank slate right here. No, so for your information, by the way, you don't need to do this every time. What I do is whenever I create an event, I just duplicate it, but I'm gonna show you what I mean by that at the end of this video. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna name the event. All right, so for this video we'll name it YouTube tutorial. Cool. Language, you're gonna choose your language. Mine is English, and for the country we're gonna choose United States. Now the countdown for me is gonna be 3, and the reason why it's 3 is you don't want, time is of the essence, you don't want the countdown to be too long, and 3 seconds is perfect. We're gonna enable the beep sounds, so when it is counted down, you hear beep beep, you know, telling the guests on the platform like get ready. Mirror overlay preview, you can leave this checked or leave it unchecked, it doesn't really matter. So I leave it checked. Now right here we're definitely going to use the rear camera for obvious reasons. The rear camera is the higher quality camera, it's just a better camera, so we're going to use the rear camera. Now the camera exposure, we can enable that, that's fine, and the QR app protection, we're going to leave that unchecked. All right, now these are 360 videos, guys, so for printing there is none, so we're going to click no printing. Cool. Now for functions, we're gonna uncheck all of these right here. So we're gonna uncheck photos, boomerangs, GIFs, videos. We're only gonna leave the slow-mo option available. All right, now the slow-mo recording time is going to be 5. All right, then this is simply how long your video is in slow-mo for. So for me, 5 seconds is that sweet spot right there, but you can do 6, you can do 4.5. It's really up to your preference. You can play around with the settings, of course, and see, you know, what you like best, but for me 5 is perfect. Slow-mo boomerang, of course you're going to enable that. That is that cool effect you see in 360 videos when the, you know, midway in the video it boomerangs and comes back. Yeah, so you're going to definitely want to enable this. Now audio file, this is where you add the song. All right, so you go choose file. I'm gonna go to a song that I previously, okay, so Classic Man, I'm gonna upload that. All right, and it goes right here. Screen flash, we're gonna leave that unchecked. This is basically having your external screen or your TV as like another source of light. We don't want that, we already have lights, so we're gonna leave that unchecked. Now editing, the editing we're going to put at 0. We already confirmed all the editing, we already have the overlay and the songs. We don't need any editing on the screen, so we're going to leave editing at 0. Sharing is going to be 6. All right, guys, what's the sharing for again? Let me see. Set how long you want the sharing screen to be visible for. So 6 for me always works. The thank you screen, you can, for me, I use 3, you know, 3 seconds just to say thank you. But if you want to save time, you can put it at 0 as well. It's really your preference. Again, this is where you can play around with the settings and see what works best for you. Now props, stupid ass props, 0. Okay, no props. Now for the sharing, you want to give the guests every option that's available to them for them to get them videos. So email, Facebook, WhatsApp, text message, Twitter, they want it all. AirDrop, I love AirDrop because AirDrop, they get it directly, and where WhatsApp would kind of kill the quality of the video, AirDrop is perfect. So for all of the guests that have iPhones, I'm very quick to use the AirDrop because it's very quick, and then get it immediately, and it just works wonders if they can't scan the QR code. So I leave all of these checked. I uncheck the enable screen, or the edit screen. My apologies. I uncheck the edit screen and I enable the in-app gallery. Definitely want to enable the in-app gallery. This is where all the videos are stored. All right. Now, the email subject, you're gonna go ahead and change that to the company name. All right, so for me it will be 360 and beyond. Follow me on IG. All right, and you're simply going to do that for all of these right here. So for the email, just gonna copy and paste. Same for text message, copy and paste it. You want to be very professional, guys. Just copy and paste it. TouchPix right here again, copy and paste. Same thing right here, copy and paste. So when they do receive their emails or the text message or whatever, it will have your company's name attached. So they can always go back and if they wanted to use you again, they could find you by going back to the email and his company name is 360 and beyond. All right, let's go book him again. So you want to put your company name in those spaces. Face props, no face props. All right, branding. So the app name is going to be, again, your company name. So I'll put 360 and beyond. Now, the app logo is going to be your company's logo. All right, so I hope you already have your logo. Now, for the video, let's go ahead and add mine. So we're going to go to where I've stored my logo, which is right here. I'm going to use a transparent one and upload. All right, so you can add a logo to the event. This logo will replace the TouchPix logo, so you will find the logo on the last screen of the session in the app and in the settings of the app. So when it says thank you, the app logo, your company logo will pop up on the screen. Now the attract screen, we want to leave that unchecked. Text and button color, we want to leave that unchecked as well. The app background, we'll leave that. The web gallery background, we'll leave all that. Now the triggers, you definitely want to enable this. Now, so what this does, the motion trigger, basically when you're ready to record the video, when the arm starts spinning, the software basically detects when the phone is moving and starts the video. Have you guys ever, tell me if you guys have ever seen like 360 videos, but at the beginning of the video it's like kind of still and then you see it start spinning? Yeah, they probably don't have this option enabled, but it definitely looks better when at the beginning of the video is already in motion. So you want to have this checked for sure. The external screen, you definitely want that checked, guys. So we're gonna leave this at external session. All right, the QR carousel, now this is basically like at the bottom. Also, if you do have a TV for live viewing, at the bottom of the screen you're gonna see like the last 6 videos that was done with the QR codes beside them. So you want to enable the QR carousel. Live view, you're definitely going to enable that. Well, let's just read what it says. Enable live view in the external session here. So again, the guests that are on the platform and everybody can see what's happening on the TV. All right, the company logo, of course, you want to enable that. We're going to click I agree and submit. All right, so it's going to process. It's going to give us a QR code. All right, so this QR code is what we would scan on our phone to activate the event. All right, but we're not done as yet, so we're gonna go to the designer. All right, so now we're going to add like the overlay and stuff like that. We're gonna choose the template, and so I'll show you guys. So let's go to templates. All right, so for here you're gonna make sure it's on slow-mo overlays. You don't want photo overlays. That's for like the iPad photo booth with video overlays. You don't want none of that. You want slow-mo overlays. Now for me, it's all about preference. You can use any one of these. For me, I love slow-mo overlay 5 the most. I use it on all of my videos simply because it looks very nice on, like, you know, when you post it on TikTok or Instagram. It's like a full body video. So I love slow-mo overlay 5 the most. I used to use the 4, which is the wide angle, but now I got tired of it. So I really only use slow-mo overlay 5. Now to add a overlay to it, you simply come here, browse, click browse. Let's see if we can do an overlay right now. Let's see the last, here's one. Perfect. Upload. All right, now the overlay is right here. As you can see, the preview. But if you add template, it's not going to be added. You need to click on the overlay right here, and when you see it previewing right here, then we click add template, and it's gonna go yellow, and when it's green, it has been added. Cool. Now your event has been added, the song and everything. Now all you have to do is go on your phone, scan the QR code that is attached, and you'll be fine. Now this is what I mean when I say, so after this is the video this is the event that we've created, right? We don't want to do this every time, set all the settings and yada yada yada. So all I do is click right here and I click duplicate. So anytime I have a new event, I just duplicate the last event with the same settings. So YouTube duplicate, I submit, and now this event has, let's go to my events, and now this event, the YouTube duplicate, has all the events, has all the settings of the YouTube tutorial, of the original. So I don't have to create the settings and create the event like this every time. I would be so annoyed if I had to do that. All right, but that's basically it, guys. If you like this video, go ahead and like, please. It's good for the algorithm. We've slowly been growing, so I'd really appreciate if you like the video and leave a comment. And guys, let me know if you need help with anything else in regards to your photo booth business. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section, and I'll be sure to do a video for it if it makes sense. All right, guys, so until next time, peace.